Hey Tadas, welcome to Launch Day.
Hey Doc, so amazing that you invited me here. I think it's so much worth the value than the 100 euro I spent on this. I think it's like I was thinking before joining, I think it should be 500, maybe even 1,000.
I like to hear that. Well, you think so?
I mean, your audience, you have an incredibly large Twitter following. I think your product is gonna grow really fast, so it's like a super easy opportunity for somebody like me with just 100 euro long reach a part of your audience.
Yeah.
It's influencer marketing.
Which is what your product is about, and we're going to talk about later. So I just understood now why you said that. That makes sense because you're in this world,
Yeah.
so you know that they charge way more. Uh,
Oh yeah.
but my vision for Launch Day is, I think, and yesterday I sold a lot of sponsorship yesterday, and I keep increasing the price. Sponsoring used to be 500, now it's 6, 7, now we are at 800. Every time I add 100, and people keep paying. And I even sold a slot for like a secondary slot, like at the bottom of the list, but on mobile that makes you close to the chat, which is where people spend some time. So because I want to turn this into kind of a community of indie makers that are vetted, that are real, that are actually building products because they're all launching something. And
Yeah.
actually, I started a Slack group with everybody who's on launch day now, and you're gonna get your invite just after this interview. It's like
Awesome.
the interview is like the kind of like the last point before getting invited. And yeah, and so because of this, like I don't want to make it too expensive because I want it to be open to people. It's not about it's just about filtering low quality and having people who have some dedication. So I think I could bring it up to maybe 200, but not much more than that because I don't want to be like, I don't want to have only people who are already successful. I like a couple hours ago, I interviewed someone, Daniel, who he doesn't even have one customer yet, you know,
Okay.
but this is cool. He's interesting. Um, so yeah.
Then it makes sense. I guess it's all about the targeting, like what you're doing. If you want to support like different kind of creators, indie hackers, but like I'm like I would say smaller indie hacker, and but I saw some big names on your launch day, like Dan as well. I think Dan,
Yeah.
the one who was building Next.js boilerplate. So he's kind of a big guy.
Yeah, I try to
And
have I
$100.
had to try to have someone big at least per launch because my idea is like in one launch day, there's going to be people who are very small and at the beginning, people bigger. And the idea is we're all like kind of like help each other, you know? And that's why I push everyone to give the biggest deal so that it's kind of like, okay, everybody's doing their best and motivating people. I don't know, like a community thing, like it's a cohort for
Yeah.
like between 10 and 15 every launch day. Um, and yeah, so I want to, and my thought was like, and if I do this, it's going to become something kind of cool. And then sponsors will want to be a part of this. And that's what I'm seeing now. Like I'm seeing people want to sponsor and paying for sponsorships
Mm.
because they want to say, I'm supporting the indie community. They want to be, it's an image thing. It's not just like they're going to get sales, even though, launch day
True.
number 2, Simon Heuberg had a bunch of sales because
Yeah,
he has a perfect offer. He's so good at this. So it was perfectly tailored.
true.
But in general, they just want to be like, you know, they want sales, but they also want this image, like this long term. I'm supporting the indie community. So I think it can work out this way. Like I don't have to increase the price too much, and for indie makers, and I can just, So yeah, that's the vision. Um,
Yeah, I guess just play with the sponsorships. That can also work.
yeah, I'm gonna.
So you have a launch every week
No, I
or
think every
every two
week would be
weeks?
boring, would be too much. So I want to do every 2 or 3 weeks. At first, I wanted to do once a month, but I realized after doing it that once every 2 weeks is kind of perfect. Because if you do once a month and you have 30 products, probably too much for people to check out. I think 2 weeks and having like on average like 12, 13, 14 products, it's kind of great because like people have the time to forget about it. And then, oh, there's a new launch day. Like, because I wanted to,
Yeah,
because this thing with all these product launches, it's every day. But so because it's every day, like it's nothing. You're not afraid of missing a day. Like it doesn't matter. But if it's like,
True, true.
once in a while, it makes sense also because I want to do these interviews because I want to, create a deeper connection with everybody like you and everybody who comes on there. So it takes some time. I'm not going to do every day. Every day I could have one product per day. It doesn't make sense. So, I think
Yeah,
it all goes together, basically. Um,
yeah. I'm thinking about product hunt now, there are like what, 50, 100 product launches a day. Like if you want to keep up with
yeah.
all the new projects launching there, you need to build an AI agent which will scrape
yeah.
the projects
Yeah.
and give you an analysis daily.
Yeah.
And I think there are people who do that,
It makes
at least
that's a good
VCs maybe.
idea. Yeah, product hunt AI curator or something. Only the good products of product hunts. So today there's
Yeah.
nothing. I'm kidding, but uh,
And on launch day, there's a few.
yeah, that's my marketing at least. I'm trying. I'm trying my best. Um,
You're doing well.
so we've been interacting with each other for a while on X, but I don't really know your story. Like, so how did you become an indie maker? What's your journey, man?
I guess it's like everybody, who see Levels IO. I know you got a little beef with him, but
No,
let's
it's not
mention him.
beef. It's I think I just annoyed him, but I admire him. I mean, he annoys me
Yeah,
20, 30% of the time, and I admire him 70% of the time. So I still follow and I still look at everything he does because he's like
yeah.
so creative in what he does. I think if you miss what he does, you miss so many opportunities for learning. So,
True, true, true. So I guess like I saw him somewhere, maybe a few years back when he wasn't making 200K MRR or so. Maybe he was making a bit less. And then, you see him working with PHP, jQuery, all the simple stack, and then come on, I can do it better. So that's how I started running products. And but like for a very long time, no success. I didn't even finish the products I'm building.
yeah.
You need to build some kind of, skin in the game, I guess, because you just need to finish a project, and that takes discipline.
So what do you
So
think
if
you
you, yeah.
give an example of one project you didn't finish? To
So I remember a very big project I was doing. It was a Reddit comment tracker. It's way before AI, and there are a ton of projects like that. But it was more like, just some statistical analysis of Reddit comments. I wanted to launch. I was doing it like with really difficult tech. And then, it took me like 6 months and I was nowhere close of finishing it. And I just gave up, that's a single project.
and why do you think you gave up?
I think I think it was, just poor code, in my opinion. Poor code, it was difficult to manage. Then
Oh,
I lost interest. I didn't know how to market
like
it.
it became the
So
code became complicated, so it became less fun to build or less something like that.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. It became too complex. It's not fun anymore, You go into the code, it takes you like full day to solve one issue when you had planned, to build something in that day,
Mm.
but you only were able to fix one small issue. So that kills at least my motivation real quick. And, I was younger, I didn't have any discipline to go through. Of course, right now, yeah, like there are these problems in my project as well, but I just have the discipline. I
Because
just
now you have two products or more. I forgot two products.
Yeah, I have two
Okay.
products. Yeah.
So what changed? How did you find? Because like the tech can always be messy. So what changed for you?
So the biggest motivation, what changed now is that the products I do are making money. So because they are making money, because like some clients rely on these products, I need to keep them working. I need to keep working on them. I can't just drop them
But
like I
before
did
making
with my.
money, how did you get to launching them?
Those were a lot smaller projects. For example,
Oh,
Leads on Trees, the first project that made some serious money from my indie hacking, it was just a simple funding scraper, which was quite easy and fun to build. And it's like really one feature. You just aggregate all the VC fundings into one table and display that, nothing else. Login system, payment system, that's it.
yeah.
So very simple, nothing too
And you
complex.
launched
Then
it and you
top,
started
yeah.
getting customers.
Yeah, and people were saying, "Wow, you've got something." I remember one guy told me, "You got something with this."
And how did it
So
feel for you? What did it change for you?
at first, yeah, it's like very ecstatic, but right now I can't get that feeling anymore. But it's fine.
No, but like in your way of building, because for me, that's exactly that. Like once it becomes real and you have people buying it, it changes everything. And it's not just about, at least for me, it's not just about the money. It's about, oh, I'm doing it for somebody. I'm useful.
Yeah.
It's not just in my head. Like the fact that it's connected to someone, that like, I don't know, like motivation just becomes 10 times easier. Is that something like that you felt also?
Yeah, of course. It's like, having customers, I think it's like having an employer in some sense, because, you have to do this job because like your customers are not gonna be happy and maybe they rely on this
They
product a
need
lot.
you.
And I know
They're
some of them
counting on
do.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get, very often the question like, okay, you're an indie hacker. There are like bigger companies that do the same thing that you do. Like, how do you know you're not gonna burn out and not gonna quit in a month? So, this I want to prove for the customers.
Mm, yes. I don't really get the what you said with the big companies. What's the can you repeat that? So
Yes. So, for example, topYappers, yeah, like influencers database. There are like very big companies, VC funded companies, which do exactly same thing.
yeah.
So, but they cost a lot more. They cost like 20 times more than topYappers. And I've got customers saying, okay, like I know I can pay them more money, but I know they will not disappear in a month. And if we build our infrastructure around your app, then how can we trust you will not
Mm.
disappear?
And that's a big
So I
kind
want to prove that. Yeah.
and that's a big hurdle to overcome for indie makers. For example, me, I often don't buy indie products because of this. Because I've seen enough shit. I've seen enough.
True,
Oh yeah, and then they give up. So that's a big hurdle. And that's why time is so important for us. Like once you've been in business, like, and that's why it's hard to find the customers at the beginning because you've been in business for nothing. But once it's been 1 year, 2 years, man, it changes a lot because people trust you. And that's like invisible thing. Nobody tells you, nobody talks about this, but just time in business, depending on how critical it is, of course. If it's just like a PDF that you buy, it doesn't matter. But if it's a service, something, or like, for example, there's somebody else in this launch, they're doing an analytics product. I could switch to his product, but like, if I switch to an indie maker and then they stop, what the fuck happens to my data? Because I want to have my data. And so hopefully, I mean, this guy is actually super reliable because he's been building products for 4 years, and his previous product, he still runs it 5 years later. So I trust him. But that's because of time.
Yeah, makes sense. It's like compounding interest. I'm now thinking you should write a tweet
What?
about this exact idea. I'm
Yeah,
saying you should write a tweet about this exact idea. This
yeah,
is really
maybe,
nice. It would
maybe.
really fit.
Yeah, good point. Well,
Uh,
fuck, I'm not.
If you don't
On
write,
these,
I'll write.
I do. No, on
I'm
these
just kidding.
days where I'll do all these interviews, because I do all these interviews in the same day. Um,
Oh wow. Okay.
I I run out of post-its. So I like exhausted my post-its. So I need to get some new one because I have so many ideas from all these conversations. So give me just 1 second.
That's good. That's good.
But I always buy so many post-its. So tweet about time is valuable. I will just, I have transcript of this. I will ask ChatGPT to pre-write some shit.
That's perfect.
And then
This makes so much easier. AI makes so much
but
easier.
just, to organize the ideas, then I will write it. Uh,
Yeah.
because otherwise it's like usually shitty. Um, look, Okay, we're good. So, where are you based, man? Actually, where are you?
In Lithuania.
Lithuania. Okay, cool.
Lithuania, yeah.
Wow. We have a bunch
In
of people
Vilnius.
in Lithuania, Estonia.
Yeah, it's I mean, there's not much to do here. I think a lot of people are just on their computers and we're grinding. You know, the summer is cold, the winter is really cold,
Shit,
so
that
you're
doesn't
just on X all the time.
Ha- ha- or me, just because I just have one friend here, so that's why. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, is how cold is it this summer? You scare me when you say that.
It's like in the morning, 15 Celsius.
Oh, it's okay.
During the day, it's about 20, 25.
Oh, well, you have similar weather as in Lille, France, in north of France. 100%. Uh, that's cool. Um, okay, so you made these two products, and so you ever had a job or something? How?
Yeah, I work actually 9 to 5 until now.
Still now, you mean?
But I'm,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm quitting in 8 days. 8 days until the last day at my job.
Oh, tell the story. So what's this job?
Uh,
What's the job about?
I'm a web scraping engineer at Oxylabs. So I guess
Oh,
like if you look at my projects, those gonna make sense because they're all like around web scraping and like data collection.
I see.
So yeah, I work there, but I'm quitting.
Why are you quitting?
Focus just wanna focus a bit on my own projects and then do some freelancing on the side. I think it's gonna be just gonna make more sense in the future because like the 9 to 5 is eating a lot of time, and then I come back home from work pretty tired. I gotta still work on the projects and basically no free time at all.
100% agree. I think some people can do it. I've seen proof of that, but I can't. When I had a I mostly freelance, but I also had regular jobs. But even with freelance, I had the same problem. Like, because it's boring to me to do a job badly. Like, it's not interesting. So I'm passionate about it. But once I've put all this passion into my job, I don't have energy for. It's mental energy. It's not just being tired or shit. It's
Yeah,
just like, and I was also always feeling guilty. Even on the weekend, it was tough for me somehow. I don't know why, but to not give everything to my job because I'm very passionate. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it depends, I guess, on which field you work, and maybe if you get a lot of equity, there's no problem, giving all of yourself into a single job. I mean, look at the guys in San Francisco who work at OpenAI. Some of them are
Yeah.
tweeting on X as well.
There's another dimension. Like if you work at OpenAI, you have like kind of like a mission. It feels deeper. So that's I think the only job I could take now would be something like that, where it feels like, okay, it's a mission. I could like if there was early Apple again and I could get a job
Yeah,
there, maybe I would be like, okay, this is important, you know? But there's so little jobs that feel important now. So much bullshit
true,
jobs,
true, true.
you know? Or not bullshit, but just like it could stop existing, it wouldn't matter, you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's a real problem for the employers, I guess. That's for them to solve it. For us in the hackers as well, if we want to scale the product,
What do you
if you
mean?
want to hire employees,
Oh, yeah.
like if you want to hire employees in the future. So
Yeah.
that's a problem to solve. You have to build your business around a big mission, I guess. You need to have some kind of a mission.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I mean, for launch day, it's becoming clear that the mission is really to basically, the more I do it, the more I think it's going to replace. The goal is to replace Indie Hackers website. Even though I love them, I really do. I talk with them on Twitter. I'm really big friends with them, like Channing and Cortland Allen, who created it. But it's just this website is dying and everybody's missing it, and there's no place for community. And I think launch day is going to
Yeah.
be that. And that's really something I really feel deeply. Um, so that's my mission right now. Yeah.
Yeah, but in the hackers, I think the problem is that it's really difficult to get there for new users. Like I wanted to post there something and I can't because I don't have some kind of permissions. I have to go comment. And on your website on launch day, I remember when it launched, it was so free to access that
Yeah.
they even DDoSed you or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
they
that.
DDoS me. Then to be honest, it wasn't even, yeah, no, it was DDoS. It was not DDoS. It was just like I had zero limits on anything. And there's this live chat. And I just like, okay, let's go. But there was not like a limit on like, for example, you could just leave the return key and it could just keep sending messages.
Yeah.
So some guy did that with like 3 megabytes messages
Uh,
and then
yeah.
and I
So
was
it's
on a
yeah.
shared. I'm using Fly.io for hosting. I love them because I built my website with Elixir and Phoenix and super crazy tech. But
Yeah.
so I didn't know that their basic host that I was like, I can run launch day on this 5 because Elixir is so high performance. I'm like, I could run launch day on this $4 dyno, and I use SQLite, so I don't even need to pay for a database. It's just in the volume. It's just nothing.
Yeah.
And so I did that, but then I didn't know that when you buy one of these very cheap things at Fly.io or any providers actually, it's a shared CPU. So if they see you have a problem, they will throttle the shit out of you. And when they throttle me, there was not enough memory for the app to run. So it kept crashing the whole day. And I was on Twitter, on doing a Twitter space,
Yeah.
debugging like, and then I just paid the $25,
Yeah.
fixed, like put a limit on the chat. So if you send more than 5 messages in 1 minute, it's gonna, pause you.
Yeah.
And that was it, and now it's working. But yeah.
But that's perfect, it was kind of a DDoS, and I like that's what makes the internet fun, the freedom to post anything you like. And
Exactly.
when
That's
those
exactly what I
websites like
think.
limit you, yeah, it
Exactly.
sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why indie hackers might be dying, the website, I mean,
Well,
because you can't post there anything.
so that's your experience. I think it's because they have so much spam that they're trying to solve it. The other problem I hear most about indie hackers is that now, well, first of all, that the UI is confusing. There's too much shit, which is just UI. So I think people don't like. It's a bit more about taste. I'm not a big fan, but it's okay. But it's more like now, it used to be just indie hackers tips. It used to be indie hackers. Now it's like the most common marketing stories or startup stories. Like, oh, this big startup did this. Yeah, we don't give a shit. It used to be like, I remember like 4 or 5 years ago when I was on there, it was because before Twitter, I actually started with indiehackers.com. And I was making one blog post a week, and I was starting to get a bit of popularity there. And I remember you just had this homepage and you just had interesting shit. Like at least once per week, something that was really interesting. Like somebody was like, it was early days of TikTok marketing for people like us.
Mhm.
And it was like, how you can hack TikTok. And that was now it's basic, but it used to be so interesting, you know? And
Okay,
so,
okay.
yeah, so
Yeah, yeah. I have to go back to that website and check what they're about. Maybe even try to grow my account and see. Maybe I'll be able to write articles there as well
no, don't
one
do
day.
that. I'm going to actually add this feature to launch day. That's a better idea.
Ah, okay.
I'm
It's
g-
gonna be better.
because the previous call she told me that I'm like, holy shit, that's a good idea. So yeah, it's time to do this. Um,
Perfect.
cool, man. I'm gonna hide this idea. So you build this scrapper, the first scrapper for a funding database, and now it's topYappers. And by the way, you should meet Lydia, who was the previous call, who you would see on Slack, and she's on this launch day like you, because her product is perfect for TikTok, I think. It's B2C anti-phishing for Gmail. It's an extension that tells you immediately if this email is phishing or not. It works on mobile, on desktop, really well done. And I was telling her that this seemed like the kind of shit for TikTok marketing. What do you think?
Any B2C app works on TikTok basically.
Oh,
Because especially if it's a mobile app. So you just make a lot of videos, and I'll show you with topYappers how you can find specific creators, maybe even for this app. So it's for
mm.
Gmail phishing, yeah.
Yeah. You
So
can show your
basically,
screen and you can show us. Yeah, that's gonna be perfect.
let's do that. And we can also check. other ideas as well. Yeah, so what basically the platform, what it is, I'll just gonna show a quick demo. We support all these creators, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I recently added newsletters as well.
Oh, wow.
Working on adding X. I'm probably gonna have you on X there, Dago, as well as an influencer. Maybe somebody will want to sponsor you through launch day.
Yeah.
So we'll see that. So yeah, I'm scraping all those four platforms, and I'm sending all the information about specific creator and their videos to large language models. So basically, I process 1 billion tokens a month just to extract like what kind of products they promoted in the videos and to categorize them. So you see T-series, music production, film production, movie distribution, but that's not interesting. Those are big
So you
accounts.
have a transcription of everything that is said on all of their content.
Not all of them on like the past 30 videos, because all of that would
Yeah,
be
but that's
just way
enough.
too much.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, I want to scale this, but not yet,
No, but
maybe
that's
later.
amazing because like I was expecting that would just be a fucking list like of people,
Yeah,
and that's way better than this. That's awesome, man. That looks awesome.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So Gmail, yeah. So for example, we can even search for people who talk about Gmail on their videos, and you can see there are like a lot of creators, but
So show
maybe
me
we're
like oh
not interested.
did you okay because you find one
Yeah,
here? Okay.
yeah. So you can have the mention products filter. So
Yeah.
Gmail, for example, which creators mention Gmail in their
And
videos,
what happens if you click on
and
one of these? Do you have is just you get their contact or you can save them?
yeah, so you have their email. Not all creators will have the email. So some of the creators have the email on their TikTok profile. So I
Yeah,
parse that. Some of them have a website. So I scrape that website and find the email there. So yeah, this creator had it on their bio, so it's pretty easy. And then you can have like the videos. So, oh, sorry.
yeah.
So it's not the perfect creator. Maybe let's see Gmail. I can also select contact data exists
And you
and
can play the
maybe,
videos right on your website to get an idea.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And maybe let's select fewer power, like 10,000. Like, let's focus on micro influencers because if the girl, that Lydia, I think, is just a beginner, maybe she doesn't have a big budget. She
Oh, don't
might
worry.
be.
She will surprise you. Yeah.
That's perfect. So yeah, and basically maybe also let's see if there will be any technology, entertainment. Yeah, this one, technology. How-to tricks, for example, 6,000 followers, average views 15,000, so pretty good. But it's in
Nice.
Thailand, so maybe you would want to focus on United States
Is
creators.
that something
So you can see,
that you can filter for, or you're still building that filter per country?
yes, so it's
Language
also there.
specifically, yeah.
Yeah, language.
Yeah, okay, okay. Just you didn't think about it.
Um, Countries, United States.
Perfect.
That would
Wow.
work better.
And so you scrape it continuously, like in the background, you always scraping new content on all these platforms.
Yeah, so the system is built with microservices. So the whole app is, just the API. It's built with Python, but the scrapers are also built in Python and they continuously scrape in the background. I managed to scrape about 10,000 to 50,000 creators each month. But there's a lot of steps that have to be taken into account because, I also like send the profile pictures and the name, surname to age and gender categorization. So, each creator is categorized like
Mm.
how old they are, what gender do they belong to. So there's like a lot of processing power
And
done in the
what's the
background.
hardest data to get? What's the hardest part? I'm just curious.
What was the hardest part?
Yeah.
It's just, maintaining all the scrapers that can be very difficult. Also, like adding new platforms like newsletters was really difficult to add because you have so many different newsletters platforms, Behave,
Substack.
Substack,
Hmm.
Kit, and a lot of other ones. So, I have to support the scrapers for all of the platforms. So it's quite difficult
Yeah.
if you're building. But other than that, like also age and gender filter, that's quite difficult because like the processing power you need to process all those images of creators to determine the age and gender
Yeah, how do you
is
determine
just
that's where I was going in initially. How the
yeah.
fuck do you know the age and gender? Because it's not on every profile.
Yeah, so all of the profiles will not have that, but it's basically determined based on the pictures. So profile picture, for example, you can even find open source models on Hugging Face. So Hugging Face is like a model database, maybe
Yeah.
like a GitHub,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
for
For
models.
AI models, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a French
So
guy
a
who
lot
made
of
it, so that's why I know. Yeah.
French people made so many good tech recently.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Launch day
So
as the
yeah,
first
basically
one for sure. Crazy tech. Okay, no, keep going.
it's gonna be. So basically, I just use one of the Hugging Face models for that, but I'm running on CPU. On CPU, it's slow, so I have a bit of a bottleneck there. I'm solving it right now, so it's like a big task I have to solve. You know, it's a bit boring, but I need to do it. Once I solve that, I'll probably be able to scrape 100,000 TikTok a day, maybe 200,000.
Wow.
We'll see.
This age thing is fascinating to me. That's really cool. Yeah, I like when you come from scraping, you're like the scraping expert, and now you have this like superpower to build this incredible machine. Um, yeah, I think this product is awesome. I
Yeah.
think it just makes so much sense. It's
Yeah, in this current age, yeah. And another feature I just wanted to show real quick because a lot of people don't even know about this, and I'm failing to market it. It's like the viral video database of TikTok and YouTube as well. So, for example, you can have people who have maximum 100K followers and who are getting minimum 100,000 views. And you just click search, and
this
you can
should,
sort by
I
newest.
think this looks like side project marketing potential, like something that should be free, like a tool
Mm,
that you put on SEO and shit,
mhm.
and that brings people to discover your app.
Yeah, good idea.
Because if I think
Yeah,
myself, I need influencers, I don't actually really care about this, like in the use case, but as a discovery tool, maybe. I'm just
yeah,
just
yeah.
brainstorming.
Okay. Yeah, there are separate apps who just do this exact feature, video database, you know. So you can see the creators
Yeah, but you
with
you
low
you you probably
followers who
have,
got viral.
I guess, for example, the age data must be quite unique.
Yeah,
Like what's viral for 9 years old? You know, I'm not sure
true.
everybody has that. Yeah.
It's programmatic SEO, I think. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah,
Really
that's
cool.
interesting. Yeah, and another thing is that first launch day there was Stuart with SassyDB, and that's
Yeah.
basic. You
You
remember
know.
that? Yeah. Okay. You know him.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And so for him, it's more like B2B, I think, sales, and now he's more, I guess, on LinkedIn and shit, and it's working for him. I forgot, but I remember uh, the data was valuable, but the thing that's scary is like, how the fuck do I send a cold email? I've never sent a cold email. It scares me. How do I do this? And then he's like, oh, it's obvious. And for him, it's obvious. So he didn't think of explaining. So then he made a short guide, and that's way better. And so I'm just thinking, I know I should do TikTok, or at least, try to do some shit. But I'm so scared, man. And I know it's crazy because, I have followers and shit, but like, I have no idea. How the fuck do I reach out to these people? I don't know, man. I'm
Yeah.
scared. I'm scared. Like, how do I reach out to someone and they're not gonna? Because I'm scared to be like the guy who sends a cold DM and looks annoying, and like I don't want to be put in that bucket. So I'm just scared of doing it. So if there's a way you could
Yeah.
explain or unlock on your website or somehow that could maybe unlock some people.
Yeah, I want to push out more content on TikTok, that's for sure. One of those ways is like how to post. Another is like how to do influencer marketing because it's still kind of a new advertising marketing idea and
Yeah, it
technique.
used to be something for like big companies. But now we can do it even if we're indie makers, we are small.
Yeah, yeah,
But like, how do we do it? Like, it's like, I don't know, it's scary. Yeah.
yeah. So what I'm doing right now about that, there is a lot of people on X posting about influencer marketing.
Yeah.
So I just bookmark the posts, then gonna collect all the information and just gonna keep posting. But still, I'm right now not that much focused on marketing. I just need to make the product really, really good and fix all those small issues that it may have.
So what's the big vision? What's the big thing you're working on?
The mission, I guess, what we were talking previously, right?
Yeah.
And remember the employer mission, the
No,
company
I know,
mission,
but like
like
I'm just
what,
curious
yeah.
what because you said you still need to because I'm afraid it's a bit a way to avoid marketing what you just said. So I want to check. So what are you building that's
Bro.
so cool, that's so important?
So the mission is like to have the largest influencers database. I want to have like all the TikTok creators, Instagram, YouTube.
Mm.
I want to make this 100 million database, 100 million creators, 200 million, whatever we're able to reach. But from marketing side, like I do it. My marketing is pretty much Twitter shit posting.
Yeah.
Like people hate me a lot for like posting the link in the replies, but that's what works
Oh
for
no,
me
that
right
you know
now.
that's how I started on Twitter. So I never judge someone doing that. You know,
Oh, that's great.
I block
Finally
people
meeting
for AI
somebody.
replies, but somebody who's like putting their link, I'm like, yeah, fair. You know? Yeah.
That's such a relief to hear that. But
Yeah.
for like cold emails, I must do that as well. I want to be on LinkedIn a lot more as well, which I'm not doing because that's where a lot of the companies who do influencer marketing are.
Yeah.
So also like on LinkedIn, you have like people who you can find who are working as influencer, uh, maybe managers in big companies. So I want to outreach them and say, hey, topYappers could be a useful tool in your tool set.
So B2B play,
So
kind of, mm,
yeah,
for you? Yeah. Because I thought it could be used, but it's probably not the best market, but it can still be a small market, like indie people, like because like it's so trendy now on X, these influencer marketing on TikTok. It seemed like the product a lot of people need. It seemed like there's probably some demand for that. So everybody's
there is,
has
yeah.
FOMO about TikTok. So if there was an easy way to get in, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess like the tutorials on influencer marketing would work really well and maybe would even give some credibility on my platform if
Oh
I
man,
post
you
that.
could make literally
Show
like a
as
long
an
tweet,
expert.
like a long story tweet, explaining exactly here's how you reach out to TikTok influencers, and you give maybe like you make it super deep, like maybe some example, like what if they have this number of followers? What's the approach? What's the approach if they have this number? Blah blah blah. Blah. And then at the end, top yappers, and that's it. That can be so big. Like people say, I mean, levels say you shouldn't put links. It's bullshit. You can put links. It's not a problem. It's just that you need to make sure, like you put it, but you put it at the bottom, and you remove maybe the preview. So people just see a long post. So they start reading. They spend time on the tweet. Boom, I'll go boost it, and you have a link. It doesn't matter. Just giving you tips,
Nice.
but yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I should buy your book as well about Twitter marketing.
Yeah, it's not
Is it
it's
still
not it's not a
available?
book, it's video. But yeah, you should.
Video.
Everybody should buy it. Remind this. Uh, but actually you will be on Slack of launch day, and there is one special deal for people on launch day. You get a discount, you get 50% off. So you will go to Slack after this
That,
call, you can get this. Yeah.
that's perfect timing for me.
Because I'm trying, and I think I'm gonna offer that. I'm gonna build this community, and it's gonna be not just me, but like everybody in this community can offer discounts just for other members of the community. And we're just like,
Okay.
all scamming each other. That would be beautiful. Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
It's a Y Combinator for indie hackers.
Yeah, we need to find a fun play on words of that, on that. There's somebody who created Vibe Combinator. I forgot whom,
Vibe
but
Combinator.
I've heard that Vibe Combinator.
Like also like VC
No, no,
or
no.
something just for
I
fun.
forgot what it was. Um, but we can make a fun play on words with that.
True, true, true. Like launch day community.
It could be Z Combinator because like we're supposed to be the bottom, of the. Oh wow, something went shit. So wait. Okay, we're back. We had like a small problem with the recording, but it seems okay now.
Awesome.
I forgot what we were saying. Mm,
Uh, about Twitter, the Twitter post, the long form tweets.
yeah, yeah. I think that's a good opportunity for you. And yeah, I wanted to build a community with Launch Day. That's what I was saying. But I was kind of like over my rent anyway. Um, yeah, man. So anything you work like, what are you working on exactly right now? What's the thing that's keeping you? So I guess you're quitting now. So it's like in 10 days, you're like, in 1 week, you're out. How do you feel?
Yeah.
Did you do that already in your life? Like be completely solo like this?
No, never, never. It's gonna be first time, but I think I'm ready for that.
Yeah. Why do
I
you think
think
you're
I
ready?
need that because I'm just more mature, you know. I've been working like this for 2 years, 2 years with a 9 to 5 and growing these products. So we'll see, you know, how I'll succeed. I'll be posting on Twitter
Yeah,
how it
that's
works. I'm also joining Based Space. So Based Space is like a community, like Build Space. Maybe you remember they had in San Francisco, I think,
okay.
with
Yeah, I've heard.
Farza. Yeah, so it's basically like an office space for all the indie hackers in Vilnius, in the city, in
Oh, wow.
Lithuania.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be surrounded by a lot of like small businesses, small business owners who are all like coding software as a service or maybe other products, whatever they're working on. So
That's
I'm still gonna be having that office life, I guess, which is maybe gonna make me more stable, I guess, than just working from home. But also gonna have a chance to work on the products full time and do a lot more.
that's beautiful, man. That's very important. I was in an amazing co-working in Lille, where I north of France, where I live, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, but they closed it sadly, and I could never find a replacement. So now I'm just home. And my dream now is there is the biggest startup incubator in Europe, in Paris, which is called Station F.
Mhm.
And I had applied like in this winter, and they took me, and I went there. But the problem is it's so expensive to go there every day. And like it's like
Yeah,
the train is going to be 500 a month just to go there. Then you have the subway. So everything together, basically, then you have to pay your spot. So it's basically 800 or 900 a month, and I couldn't afford that. So I
yeah,
stopped. And also, it's like 2 hours in, 2 hours out. So you can't do that every day. And then you feel like, oh, I'm paying so much, I need to go every day. So anyway, but man, the
yeah,
vibe
yeah,
was insane. The vibe is so, I mean, it's so cool to be surrounded by like a big problem we have is we're all alone, like in our specific place. And that's why we're so much on Twitter, because it's kind of like connecting. We need this community. But man, when you have it real life, oh my God, it's the best. So I think it's awesome that you have that, and you're really good move to do it, I think.
yeah. I think I'm lucky here now. Hearing what you say, I think I'm lucky. What about you? Like moving to Paris, not an option right now. It's
It
maybe a
is.
lot
It's
more
just that,
expensive.
in France, renting something when you don't have a job, impossible.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
so I got this when I had my job for a few months 2 years ago. After my burnout, I had a job, so I could rent this, and now they cannot kick me out, but
Yeah,
they're not gonna check again, and I'm paying. There's no problem, but uh, yeah, I cannot rent anything in. Even in Lille, I couldn't rent now. If I lose this, I'm like fucked. So
yeah,
so in Paris it's even harder and it's more expensive. But I kind of like my hometown. It's important to me. So my crazy plan is more like, no, you know what? I'm gonna get rich this year, and then I buy an apartment in Paris and I go 3 days a week. That's my plan. We'll see how it
that's
goes.
perfect. Yeah,
you know.
I think you'll do it. I think like where Launch Day is going, it's going a very good direction. I also like you got funded, I saw, with the 4K for the wedding.
Yeah,
So
Daniel
congratulations on
Vassallo
that, I
sent
guess. Yeah.
4K, and yesterday he also paid a sponsorship for launch day
Oh,
number 4, which will be the next one.
oh,
In
that's
And he paid like $700 for sponsoring. So that's awesome. So I will interviewing next week in your place. So
oh,
that's
that's
gonna be
great. That's
fun.
great.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's gonna
Yeah,
help
really
me grow
felt good.
also because he's gonna promote it as well, probably. So that's
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
cool.
that's like another 200K followers who's gonna see this, I guess. So that's crazy.
Yeah,
I
that's awesome.
followed him instantly when he did that and turned on the notifications, you know. So I'm gonna be launching my products in his replies, in his posts. We'll see how fast he blocks me.
Yeah.
I hope he does.
Yeah, I hope not. Yeah. Maybe he respect the hustle. I made a lot of negative comments about small bets. Like I was saying, because I'm on small bets and I'm like his community and I'm like, oh man, it's so slow this fucking app that you use for like the discussion because he used like this thing by the Ruby guys, like by the Basecamp guys. That's called
Mhm.
Campfire, and it's so fucking slow. And I keep teasing him about it, but he doesn't. He's not mad. He's still supporting me, as you saw. So yeah,
Yeah,
he's good. He's really it's cool. You can talk. Um, you don't have to tiptoe. You don't have to pretend. So it's
yeah, yeah.
cool. Really
That's
enjoyable.
that's nice if you have people like that on X because yeah, some
That's
are
the
more
point.
sensitive, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, man. That was awesome meeting you. You're getting this email in a couple minutes to join the community. Uh, I will try to connect you with Lydia because I think you guys can do something. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm really happy you're on launch day, and I hope it brings you some sales. Everything you can, some awareness, some visibility. I really wish it's gonna do that for you.
Yeah, yeah, like I'm so grateful to be here. As I said at the beginning, 100 euros, it's like nothing. It should be 500, maybe 1000 in my opinion because of the reach. And then like the stats show talk for themselves, launch day, like everyone made a sale, I think, almost everyone.
Yeah, man,
So
so much pressure, man, every time. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Yeah,
it's no worries. And then you got access to Slack community, which is like Indie Hacker for Y Combinator.
yeah,
Y Combinator for Indie Hacker, sorry.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Z Combinator. We'll find a better term. Okay, cool, man. So yeah, good luck for launch day. Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.